Well, that was it. Hi there, yo folks. Welcome back to the Homestead. I'm Sean, the Modern Yeoman, and you might be wondering why I'm loaded down with all this chain and vinyl tubing. I promise it's nothing nefarious, but actually something I've been meaning to do for a while. Let me show you. Let's go. If you're new to the channel, then you might have noticed that we talk a lot about going slow here. Slowly, slowly is actually the motto of the channel. And while you might think that we advocate sloth or dawdling, that's actually not true. We're out here working every single day and working hard. If you think about it, there are hundreds of projects that need to get done right now here on the homestead. And that's not hyperbole, it's literally hundreds of projects that are awaiting me and that need to get finished. If I stop and think of the magnitude of the work that awaits me here on the homestead, I quickly get overwhelmed, and often I don't do anything at all when I get overwhelmed. Since we moved here last September, one of the things that we started to realize that the only real effective way to make progress on the homestead is to approach it very slowly and deliberately, knocking out a little bit of a project at a time, not necessarily worrying about getting things done right away. There's no real rush here in terms of building our homestead. It's funny, I've begun seeing a lot of turtles around the property, and I kind of think that they serve as a really appropriate mascot for the channel. What's the old story, the tortoise and the hare? We may as well take joy in our work. Treat work as an end to itself, because we'll never run out of it. There'll always be work. That seems to be our philosophy here. So that brings me to this project. What you see behind me is our meat chicken tractor. By the end of the summer, we do want to get meat chickens, broilers, probably Cornish cross or Freedom Rangers, maybe 20 to 25, and have them put in this A-frame meat chicken tractor and move it around the pasture so they get fresh grass every day. Now, I began working on this project probably back in March or April, where I was salvaging wood from the barn and using it for the frame. And eventually I was able to complete this frame, put on some of this sheet metal, which is also salvage, as well as some chicken wire here. So after piecing this together over the past few months, I'm finally starting to get it to shape up, and as we approach the end of summer when we want meat chickens, I think we're going to be right on time for it. That's where all this chain, vinyl tubing, and accessories and gear come into play. I want to build out the pull rope, the pull harness to get this thing moved. So let's knock that out.
je peux vous le rendre, Seigneur, Seigneur, car avec les soldats, oui, les toreros peuvent s'entendre.
Now for the handle itself, I'd like to use chain wrapped in this vinyl tubing so I can actually grip it, grab it, and pull it. However, getting this 10-foot long chain threaded through this 10-foot long vinyl tubing might be a little bit of a problem, but I've got a couple of ideas. Let's try one of them out first. That's not gonna work. Think you could hold this taut for me? Oh, come on. It's stopping up.
You got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Woo! All right, here we go. Oh. So it's moving.
It's moving kind of like one link at a time. Yeah, it's going, but it's going really, I mean, it's right here.
Yeah, that was it.
Boy, here we go. On, make it inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll work. Nice, okay.
yeah. I mean, it does the same thing, right?
Homesteading's about improv.
Exactly.
Tout d'un coup, on fait silence, à quoi se passe-t-il? Le taureau se lance en bandissant auditorie. Il s'élance, il entre frappe, en chevelure, entraînant en pique.
Well, folks, it took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, and there was a couple of turns along the way that made this a bit more complicated than I intended it to be. But in the end, we got the strap on. I didn't end up using the entire vinyl tube for it, just a part of it, but more than enough for me to grip on when I'm pulling this thing. And the only other major piece of hardware that we need to add is at the back here. I ordered the chick lift, which is essentially kind of a pedal wheel that you install to the back of your chicken tractor. You press on the pedal and the back of the chicken tractor lifts up and engages the wheels. The wheels push down, so it makes it a lot easier to pull. Right now I don't want to pull this too much because there's no wheels on it and it could get caught up in this dirt and some of these rocks in here. So I'm going to wait till I have the chick lift to give it a pull. I think it's going to pull pretty easily once I get those wheels on. That's the next step on it, at least. Before I leave you guys for the day, I think there's one final touch I want to add to my work today. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and as always, remember, slowly, slowly,